Please be seated. What a great occasion. Good evening. I'm Fred Lummis, Chair of the Board of Trustees of Baylor College of Medicine. And on behalf of the board, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2019 graduation ceremony. We're pleased you could join us for this special occasion, which marks an important milestone in the lives of the women and men who will graduate this evening. The Baylor Board is comprised of business, community, and healthcare leaders who are deeply committed to the success of Baylor College of Medicine. Like you, we take great pride in being part of an institution ranked among the nation's elite medical schools, graduate schools, and health professions schools. Joining me tonight from the Board of Trustees is David Dominy. David, will you please stand? The Board of Trustees is committed to supporting educational programs at Baylor College of Medicine. 7 members of the board serve on our Academic Affairs Committee to assure that we are well connected to both trainees and faculty. It's an honor for each member of the board to be part of a health sciences university that's training tomorrow's leaders in healthcare and research. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I would like to offer best wishes to all the graduates for much success as you continue in the next step of your careers. We look forward to celebrating your achievements as you become Baylor College of Medicine alumni. The greatest asset of any organization is its people, and this is an institution filled with outstanding people working together for success. Dr. Paul Klopman is now in his 8th year as President, CEO, and Executive Dean of Baylor. He has a great passion for excellence and is a visionary leader who understands the importance of academic medicine in our society. Will you please join me in welcoming Dr. Paul Klopman? Thank you, Fred. Get away from mine.
That was not the greatest round of applause from the students. Thanks. I want to thank we just gave you a degree. I want to thank Mr. Lummis for his outstanding leadership of our Board of Trustees for the past 4 years. He steps down from this position on June 1st, but he will continue to serve as a member of the board. During his time as chair, he's provided Baylor with tremendous support in all of our mission areas and has been a champion for innovative programs that we have launched. And just personally, the president and CEO needs to have a close association with the Board of Trustees to have an effective organization, and Fred has been a fantastic partner for me and a great advocate for our school, and so I want to please ask you to join me in thanking him for his leadership. So Fred, please stand up. Fred also got the opportunity to hood an honorary degree recipient last year, J.J. Watt, and had to jump 5 times to get the sash over his head. We're not tall, but we're effective here. Baylor's outstanding educational programs involve the efforts of many, many people. Joining me on the stage are the Baylor's Chancellor, Dr. Bert O'Malley, who we managed to leave off of the program, Bert. I'm sorry about that. Department chairs and center directors, the deans, associate deans, and assistant deans of our 4 schools, Dr. Jim Lomax, who's the president of the Baylor Alumni Association. These leaders, along with the Baylor faculty and administration of our alumni, all play vital roles in Baylor's educational mission. We're also very dependent upon our affiliated hospitals, and our 8 affiliated teaching hospitals are essential. Dr. Jay Calavar, the Chief of Staff of the DeBakey VA Medical Center, is also with us this evening. And at this time, I would like to ask Dr. O'Malley, Dr. Calavar, and Dr. Lomax, the members of the faculty and administration, both on the stage and in the audience, as well as all of our alumni, to please stand up and be recognized. Many people don't realize, but the VA hospital was our very, very first academic affiliate when we moved to the Texas Medical Center in 1947. So the VA has been a really big, important part of our program. I also want to recognize the families and friends of our students. Your support was vital in helping them to reach this day. I know the graduates join me in thanking you for all that you have done for them. I'd like the graduates at this time to stand up and face your family and friends and give them a round of applause. We have some like lighters in the back there, an iPhone going up. Tonight is an important step in both your professional life and your personal life. As graduates of Baylor, you're beginning your careers as some of the finest trained physicians and biomedical scientists in the country. You've been prepared for your careers based on our mission, vision, and most importantly, our core values of respect, integrity, innovation, teamwork, and excellence. As part of the Baylor family, we asked you to apply these values in your training, adhere to the highest ethical standards, and to produce a culture of integrity. These values are not simply words on paper. They are ideals that determine how we fulfill our vision of improving health through science, scholarship, and innovation. At the college leadership level, we think about every decision in terms of how it will help fulfill our mission, actualize our values, and make our vision a reality. Throughout your life, you will also make decisions, and some of them will not be easy. If you use the Baylor values to make these decisions, you will have a very strong foundation for making the right and correct choice. The world that you enter as professionals is complicated. You will encounter people in your life and in your personal life, both professional and personal, that do not share our values. But the careers you have chosen require you to hold firm to these values because these are careers that offer absolute certainty of purpose in spite of the political noise that surrounds us. You'll have the privilege of knowing that each and every day you are doing something worthwhile and important for society. Those of you going to clinical medicine must focus on creating an environment that improves the health of our local, national, and international communities while implementing needed changes in our healthcare delivery system. Those going into scientific careers must continue to be innovative while never losing sight of the importance of the scientific method in the process of discovery and its application to creating better health. Whether you are continuing your career at Baylor or going elsewhere, I hope you will remember that you trained in a community that was based on very, very strong values. We are also a community made up of different people from all over the world with different experiences, different points of view, different skills, and different life stories. We find tremendous value in the diversity of our organization, and we use that diversity as a strength that leads to solutions to the complex problems in healthcare and biomedical research. I challenge you all to be leaders who recognize that diversity brings strength to your work, to your profession, and to your community. In addition to the degrees I will confer upon you tonight, we also present honorary degrees to outstanding individuals who each created a legacy of excellence on their own. These honorees were selected to serve as role models for the kind of leaders we have prepared you to become. Each has made remarkable contributions that have made an impact on education, research, patient care, and outreach initiatives in their communities. Like you, they began their career with goals and dreams, and they turned them into reality. I encourage you to envision what you can accomplish in your career and pursue those goals with the same passion as tonight's awardees have. Congratulations on your achievements that we celebrate tonight, and it's now my pleasure to turn the program over to Dr. Alicia Monroe, our Provost and Senior Vice President of Academic and Faculty Affairs. Dr. Monroe.
Thank you, Dr. Klopman. It is my great pleasure to invite Dr. Marissa Ann Scavuzzo, representing the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences, to offer remarks on behalf of tonight's PhD graduates.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here on a stage in which so many leaders in science and medicine have stood, and also Houston Texans defensive end J.J. Watt. Towards the end of my PhD, when someone would ask, "How are you doing?" I almost invariably said, "I'm alive." There's a saying, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," but I think that this is only partially true. I think what makes you strongest is something much more trying than death. What makes you strongest, I would argue, is failure. When I rotated in my future advisors lab, Gosha Borowiak, I learned how to productively react to making mistakes. During my rotation, I was culturing stem cells for the first time, and when splitting them, I accidentally threw them all into the trash. I was terrified to tell Gosha, but when I told her, she said without a hint of displeasure in her voice, "No big deal, we'll just thaw some new ones and do it again." She probably doesn't even remember this, but it made a lasting impact on me. Her constant attitude towards setbacks, to carry on and persevere, to learn from it and to move forward, set me up for experimental success. I don't think failure is just something we have to deal with in our field. I think that it's an essential component of success. It's part of the process of learning and growing and finding solutions, and how we handle it is the driving force behind our triumphs. You may only see published papers, but what you don't see are the many rejections that accompany those papers before they're accepted. You may see a fellowship or a grant, but behind those are the many that weren't funded. Everyone thinks that his or her experience with this is unique, that there's no way that successful people falter or fail, especially since we typically only see each other's success and we hide our inadequacies. But behind every great scientist is a number of shortfalls and hurdles that have to be jumped. And we all know this. Everyone here today is celebrating success for graduating, but each one of us has faced a number of obstacles to get here, and we'll have many more to face throughout our careers after we leave. But as our past has shown us, when we face obstacles or feel the sting of failure, we don't quit, we don't retreat. We revise, we press on, we quit at nothing in the pursuit of knowledge and truth. When we find a dead end in the road, we take it as an opportunity to learn how we got there and then pave a new way. With physician burnout and science burnout at an all-time high, and mental health issues pervasive in our communities, it's so important for each of us to realize that failure is not a lack of success, but rather it's a sign of pushing boundaries, of moving forward, and of making a difference. I'm humbled to have the honor to speak to all of you tonight, but like many of you, the imposter syndrome creeps in, because for anyone, especially in science, behind every success is multiple failures. And in fact, the only thing more surprising to me than the fact that someone who barely even got into grad school has this opportunity is that Houston Texans defensive end J.J. Watt got his doctorate before us. Now, I joke, but the reason he did get his doctorate is because of the amazing outreach he has done for our community, leveraging his fame and his privilege to help those in need when they were struggling. And this brings me to my last point. All of us here have received higher degrees that allow us to sit in a position of privilege and power. As you move forward and you climb ladders, remember to pause and to reach down to help lift up those around you that may be struggling. When I applied to grad school here at BCM, I was told I had no chance of getting in. It was Catherine Tasnier, our program administrator, who fought for me to give me a chance despite my shortcomings. And when you give someone a chance who isn't perfect, they won't just take the opportunity and move forward. Often they will grab it and run. No, sprint as far as they can without ever looking back. So I urge each of you, in any opportunity that you have in your seat of privilege, to give chances to those around you. Try to reach underserved individuals and communities, and remember where you came from and the times in your life that you may have struggled. You never know. Someday that underqualified person who should never be there, the person that you helped up, might just end up giving your commencement address. Thank you to everyone who has mentored and provided support to me and others here, and congratulations to all the BCM graduates.
Now it is my distinct honor to invite Mr. Brian Suman Park, President of the School of Medicine, Class of 2019, to share remarks on behalf of tonight's medical school graduates.
Well, what can I say? Good work, guys. We've really come a long way since match day. Some of us are looking a bit tanner and a bit rounder since our last encounter. So anyway, I've been talking to one of my assigned mentors, a resident that I've been assigned to my program out in LA. And in true SoCal fashion, he's been reassuring me about residency with some words of wisdom that I want to share with you all. They went along the lines of something like this. "Oh, don't worry, bro. You'll do great. Resident wellness is where it's at." And what's funny to me is that if you ask any resident about work, they'll actually avoid talking about work and do this weird circular verbal dance where they redirect the conversation to how you should focus on being happy instead. And while I do appreciate these happy thoughts, that's not exactly the wisdom that I've come in search of. The terms resident wellness and physician burnout are thrown around all the time these days, maybe almost too much, where we get jaded about being told not to be jaded. and I'm by no means trying to downplay the importance of wellness. However, I used to think that the whole meaning behind everything I was striving for in life, such as securing a stable career as a physician, was to find happiness. But over the course of these past 4 years, I discovered I was aiming for the wrong target. As you all know, life events can sometimes get the best of us. Everyone has an off day every now and then. But while not every day brings happiness and great comfort, one thing I hope does stay steady over time is leading a life of purpose. For those of us officially about to enter the medical workforce, I've come to the conclusion that what we should be chasing after is that sense of purpose, however that manifests for each of us. In the words of philosopher Emily Smith, happiness is fleeting, but purpose, that is constant. The fulfillment that we attain through purpose doesn't just leave us overnight, and trust me, I know it sure seems like it does leave us sometimes, but we wouldn't be standing here today if that were the case. My fellow classmates, we have the privilege of entering a profession defined by a deeply altruistic purpose. In pursuing our own purpose, we not only give ourselves purpose, but also purpose to the patients we care for every day, even if it means skirting those 80-hour work weeks set by ACGME. But that's beside the point. On those tiring calls, remind yourselves that what you are doing is important. It really is making a difference. Hold on to that sense of purpose. Hold on to what you believe in. Make the best of these next 3 years, if you're lucky, to, well, let's just say 3 or 5 or more years to some of our other colleagues. Search for your purpose. Find your purpose in the lives of those we serve, and happiness, I believe, will follow. Congrats to us all, the Baylor College of Medicine class of 2019, on our fancy, expensive papers, our funny medieval hats, and those 2 new letters after our names. We've definitely earned them. Thank you.
It is now my honor to announce the recipients of the Baylor College of Medicine honorary degrees, which represent excellence in our missions and serve as inspiration to our graduates. The people we chose to honor are tremendous leaders and advocates for their communities, and they are outstanding role models for all of us. I'd like to invite our first candidate, Dr. Guerra. Would you please join me? For 17 years, Dr. Marla Guerra served as the superintendent for the South Texas Independent School District, where Baylor College of Medicine has 6 partner high schools. She worked closely with Baylor and our faculty to expand our network of high schools and middle schools with programs aimed at students in South Texas interested in careers in medicine, science, and the health professions. She was instrumental in the expansion and success of these schools. Under her leadership, the district had a rise in student success, with performance and state accountability consistently surpassing set targets and levels of other schools statewide. At the time of her retirement in 2018, the district was highly ranked at both the state and the national level. She began her career as a social worker and held numerous positions as she pursued her 40-year career in education, including teacher, principal, assistant superintendent, superintendent, and college professor. Her goal has always been to provide the very best opportunities for young people to pursue their dreams and to close the opportunity gap. Dr. Klopman, it is my esteemed honor to present Marla Guerra as the candidate for the honorary degree, Doctor of Humanities in Medicine.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Baylor College of Medicine, I confer upon Marla Guerra the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities in Medicine and admit you to all its rights, responsibilities, and privileges. Congratulations.
Wow, I couldn't believe she was talking about me. I am most honored and humbled to be here tonight at the Baylor College of Medicine commencement ceremony and for the honor that was just bestowed on me. The partnership between South Texas ISD and Baylor College of Medicine has afforded hundreds of students over the course of the past 17 years and beyond that to get a glimpse into the medical professions and health sciences. As a matter of fact, many of them have been accepted to Baylor College of Medicine's classes, and so we are so proud of the partnership because it has given us an insight and an available resource for our students that we didn't have before. Had I been able to bring students with me tonight, they would undoubtedly see that hard work, focus, passion, and perseverance really does pay off. Yes, you, the class of 2019, certainly personify those traits. And our students everywhere that are aspiring to be doctors, that are aspiring to be researchers, would learn so much from you. They would be awed at what you have done, the hard work and the perseverance and the passion that you've put into getting to where you are tonight. What I'd like to do is challenge you as you move into the next chapter of your lives to reach out and touch somebody's life, touch a student's life that may be interested in going into a science, a medical profession, or health science career. Because they need mentors, as somebody spoke earlier about, having a mentor, having a friend, having somebody just answer questions about your profession would certainly help us continue building that cycle of health professionals and in medical professions. And so I challenge you tonight to think about that as you move forward, and I congratulate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you and congratulations.
Liz Scott is the co-executive director of Alex's Lemonade Stands Foundation, which was created in 2005 following the death of her daughter, Alex, of cancer at the age of 8. At the age of 4, 3 years after being diagnosed with neuroblastoma, Alex told her parents that she wanted to raise money to cure cancer in children through lemonade stands. At the time of her death, more than $1 million had been raised through lemonade stands run by children nationwide. Since the first lemonade stand in 2000, the foundation has raised more than $150 million to fund research and programs to help families struggling with childhood cancer. The organization's key events include Lemonade Days, where supporters across the country host lemonade stands in their neighborhoods every June, as well as Alex's Million Mile, the largest childhood cancer awareness challenge that funds research in pediatric cancer. Dr. Klopman, it is my great honor to present Liz Scott as a candidate for the honorary degree, Doctor of Humanities in Medicine.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested me by the Board of Trustees of Baylor College of Medicine, I confer upon Liz Scott the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities in Medicine and admit you to all its rights, responsibilities, and privileges. Congratulations.
Wow, what an honor. I'm in disbelief when I was asked to accept this honor, and I still am, but I very much appreciate it. When my daughter Alex set up her front yard lemonade stand to help fund research into new cures for kids with cancer, she'd already been fighting her own cancer for 3 years. She was 4 years old, but she was aware of the work being done by researchers and doctors to help kids like her, and she wanted to help. She told me she was having a lemonade stand, but instead of keeping the money, she wanted to give it to her doctors so they could help kids the way they helped her. Even though she had not spent a day in remission since her diagnosis as an infant, she was clearly grateful for the loving care she received, the thoughtful conversations her doctors had with her. And I think somehow she was even aware of the work being done by researchers to find brand new treatments as we described the clinical trials she was on. It's hard to say exactly what was going through her wise but still very young mind, but her life was greatly affected by MDs and PhDs. I can promise you that. I also knew she understood this in some way, and she knew that work had an impact on her life, and she was grateful. Her stand was born from gratitude, with the goal to help people like you help kids like her. If there was a defining moment of her life, you might be surprised to hear that I don't think it was when she decided to set up a lemonade stand. It was a quiet moment instead, when she was suffering greatly at the end of her life. It was a very difficult time, to say the least, and we felt helpless and had no words. My husband simply said, "I'm sorry, Alex." She said, "What for?" He said, "For everything." She immediately and without hesitation responded, "If there's one thing you should know about me, by now, I'm happy for what I have, not unhappy for what I don't have." Looking back, it was more than a defining moment of her life. It was a gift. It certainly has been a gift for me, as those words have helped me through some tough times. But I think it's a gift that's meant to be shared with others as well. Today, on a day of celebrating your extraordinary accomplishments, when your spirits are soaring, you probably don't need to hear those words. But at some point in the future, when things are harder than you expect, or life doesn't go exactly as you planned, I hope you can think back on that message said by a dying 8-year-old. "I'm happy for what I have, not unhappy for what I don't have." And I hope it helps you in some small or big way get through your own struggles and persevere. I truly believe that with gratitude in life's most challenging moments, you can overcome life's biggest obstacles, enjoy success, and live the best life possible like Alex did. So I'll just close with my own message of gratitude to you for choosing a career that is dedicated to changing the lives of others and making the world a better, healthier place through research, through care, through inventions and discoveries. Your lives will impact the lives of people in ways you will never know. So thank you and congratulations.
Dr. Erin O'Shea is the 6th president of the Howard Hughes Medical Institute and the first woman to lead the institute. She was named an HHMI investigator in 2000, and she previously served as vice president and chief scientific officer of the institute before she was named president in 2016. Under her leadership, the institute has established key priorities for its work in discovery science and science education. She has led new efforts at HHMI to increase diversity in science and improve the academic ecosystem. Dr. O'Shea is a leader in the fields of gene regulation, signal transduction, and systems biology, and she maintains a lab at HHMI's Genelia Research Campus. Prior to joining HHMI leadership, she was the director of Harvard Center for Systems Biology and served on the faculties of Harvard and the University of California, San Francisco. Dr. Klobman, it is my great honor to present Erin O'Shea as a candidate for the honorary degree, Doctor of Letters in Medicine.
Just another degree. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Baylor College of Medicine, I confer upon Erin O'Shea the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters in Medicine and admit you to all its rights, responsibilities, and privileges. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you, Provost Monroe, President Klotman, Mr. Lummis, and distinguished faculty and guests. I'm really grateful and humbled to receive this honorary degree from Baylor. The Howard Hughes Medical Institute is a science philanthropy with a mission to advance basic biomedical research and science education for the benefit of humanity And we're very proud to have multiple HHMI investigators from the College of Medicine here at Baylor. HHMI scientists have radically advanced our understanding of how cells function and communicate with one another, how the brain processes information, how the immune system wards off diseases, and so much more. And we believe that is possible in part because we make long-term investments in people, not just projects. We see the power of individuals to make breakthroughs when they are given the time, resources, and most importantly, the freedom they need to question and explore. Our researchers aren't tied to one question and can take on new scientific challenges as they arise. So if I can inspire you today, let it be to give yourself the freedom to explore and take on diverse challenges. Your careers are just beginning. Dare to consider what you would do if you could tackle any problem and search for the most seemingly intangible solutions. This is such an exciting time to be part of biomedical research and medicine. With the tools and technologies available to you, there's practically no limit to what you can do. That's incredible, and I wish all of you the very best of luck. Congratulations, and thank you again for this honor.
Dr. Simmons, will you please join me? Dr. Ruth Simmons serves as the president of Prairie View A&M University. She is the 8th president of the institution and the first woman to serve as president of the university. She has served in various faculty and administrative roles and has been the president of 2 other institutions, including Smith College, Brown University, and she has served in administrative roles at the University of California, Princeton University, and Spelman College. When she became the president at Brown University in 2001, she was the first African American president of an Ivy League institution, as well as Brown's first female president. It happened in September. It immediately preceded 9/11, and I happened to be on the faculty at Brown at that time. In 2011, Dr. Simmons retired and moved to Texas, where she was born and raised, and in 2017 agreed to serve as an interim at Prairie View A&M College, and later that year, she was officially named as president of the institution. Dr. Klopman, it is my great honor to present Ruth Simmons as the candidate for the honorary degree, Doctor of Letters in Medicine.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Baylor College of Medicine, I confer upon Ruth Simmons the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters in Medicine and admit you to all its rights, responsibilities, and privileges. Congratulations, Dr. Simmons.
Ye doggy. President Klopman, Board Chair Lummis, other trustees and members of the extended Baylor family, I thank you so much for the invitation to be with you on this evening of commencement. My greetings to the following groups. To the esteemed faculty, scientists, and clinicians who have offered these graduates not only excellent instruction and laudable mentorship experiences, but also that rarest of gifts, inspiration. To the administration and staff who carry forward with pride and aplomb the legacy of a great medical college that is recognized internationally for excellence in medical education, practice, and research. And to the family and friends of these graduates who sacrificed for, loved, and cheered them on for so many years. And finally, to you, the magnificent class of graduates whom we gather to celebrate tonight. I was worried for a minute when I first came onto the stage because it was appallingly quiet in here. And I was beginning to think that I wouldn't hear the kind of raucous celebration that I'm so accustomed to at commencement ceremonies. So whoever was the first person to yell out, thank you, for setting the tone. It is a time of celebration. So I greet you all and congratulate you for having had a hand in making this day possible. So let nothing we say or do this evening distract us from this all-important sentiment. Our future as a human race lies in the hands and hearts of scholars and practitioners like these graduates who commit themselves to advancing the well-being of peoples across the world. So it's fitting that we honor them for their past efforts, and I think more importantly, for the challenging and life-affirming work they will be called to do for the rest of their lives. Graduates, the unabashed honoring of such achievements is even more important in view of the current pressing ethical, socio-political, and cultural realities manifest across virtually all sectors today. Though specialists and healers all, you will nevertheless be forced to turn a greater share of your attention to these broader realities. Most observers of current developments, both here and around the world, confess to feeling a bit off-kilter about the confusing and parlous state of the world today and the vast inequities that increasingly bring peoples into conflict. Violence, bigotry, tribalism, hate speech, harassment, war, and rumors of war all contribute to a broad spectrum of physical and mental health issues. Listening to the multifarious commentaries about the current state of affairs, one gets the distinct impression that we are living in an increasingly dystopian world. Now, this is not the utopia of your dreams. This dystopia is the world that you are called on, nevertheless, to serve, to salve, and to save. But you are supremely fit for these times. In that context, it's no wonder that we feel unadulterated joy in the face of what you've accomplished today. It should not surprise that we admire what this institution has made possible for you by virtue of its extraordinary success and its commitment to improving health. But however good an institution is, the ultimate proof of its success lies in the actions and achievements of the graduates it produces. In that sense, you will all carry the responsibility for the luster of Baylor College of Medicine. Your achievements will be its achievements. You will continue the college's mission to innovate and heal, to pass on to succeeding generations a better world. And based on all that you've witnessed and experienced at Baylor College of Medicine, I'm confident that you are well equipped for the challenges and opportunities that you will face. I was telling someone backstage who went to Cambridge University that I was invited to speak there at St. John's College for the celebration of the bicentennial of the Slave Trade Act of 1807, which made the purchase or ownership of slaves illegal within the British Empire. You see, William Wilberforce, who was so central to the movement to abolish the slave trade, was a graduate of Cambridge University. And now, 2 centuries later, his commitment to social reform and progress and the deeds that marked his life's journey radiate from Cambridge, adding luster to that 800-year-old university. So my hope is that your deeds will do the same for the institution that nurtured you. When I saw you process in front of us, I was very anxious to see your faces. And I must say, I saw strength in a richly variegated group, capable at the highest level. As the former president of a women's college, a great women's college, the largest in the United States, the best in the United States, I am acutely aware of the difficult road that women travel to be acknowledged as peers in the practice of science and medicine. And yet I see so many women excelling today in this field after so many years when women were thought unfit for higher level study. And I see minorities whose predecessors have endured similar challenges on the road to acceptance and inclusion in health professions. I am so pleased to see that this class represents the world that we live in, the world that you must tend, and the world that is still a work in progress. It's likely that the strengths and differences of your fellow scholars have played a considerable role in building and fortifying your intelligence and confidence about dealing with the world you've now committed to helping. For such a rigorous community as this is forged through robust difference and disagreement, mutual respect and forgiveness, inclusion and engagement, open minds and helping hearts, and boundless hope and idealism. So let us thank heaven for the fact that, fortified by this community of passion and purpose, you are capable of going forward to build a stronger future, not just for the privileged few, but for all of us. The various elements of medical education from which you have benefited derive from a long and fruitful evolution. Centuries of discoveries, tedious trial and error, collaborative action, created new pathways to alleviate long existing ills. And central to the success of medical improvements has been, as you have heard, an insistence on high standards of practice in the context of the highest ethical principles. Time has proven that the two must go hand in hand for a steady trajectory of breakthroughs. Now, many today bore of the talk of high standards, and they perceive high standards to be too frequently lacking, though, from our daily lives. But there's a growing outcry across communities for a change in the perceived hierarchy of values as falsehoods and craven self-interest threaten to replace truth and objectivity as the watchwords of discovery and the public interest. In my view, this dissatisfaction is not unseemly, as it suggests that we are still prepared to hold ourselves and those who serve us to a high standard of behavior. We may disagree about how high it is true, but we generally agree that government, institutions, leaders, and practitioners should be ethical and serve the broadest public good over personal interests and profits. The moment that we cease setting high expectations and standards is the moment we can expect an ever more rapid deterioration in the quality of our cherished national and community life. So do not be quick to shed the very high expectations and standards set for you here at Baylor. Your education has modeled for you the honorable way to practice your profession. Take additional steps, if you will, to protect yourselves from efforts to diminish or compromise your high personal standards. Now, you may never again be part of a community so strong in its values, so intentionally diverse in its makeup and its interactions, so forthright on its insistence on doing good, so capable of further heights of accomplishment in the service of mankind. Such a place as this you prepare to leave, but if you're fortunate and wise, you will take the heart and soul of this community with you. Continue to value the fearless pursuit of truth. Keep forging commonalities among people. Recognize and commit unabashedly to learning as a lifelong endeavor. And most of all, don't just laminate or hang your diploma as proof of your studies here. Persistent fidelity to Baylor values is the best proof of your success as an alumnus. You are now fortunate to be borne aloft by a well-tuned engine. Your education is powerful enough for your takeoff, and reliable and well-fueled enough to power your continued achievements. But one doesn't have to be an engineer or a mechanic to know that the inner workings of an engine left unattended in any of its parts can falter. Keep your engine tuned. You have had proximity to individuals so different from you in background and outlook that you need never feel the temptation to disparage, dismiss, or isolate others because they are different. You've been surrounded by those who provide the criticism needed for your ongoing improvement. You know, as a college president, I know you've heard the talk about microaggressions and so forth. And as a college president, it's not unusual for students to come into my office and to despair about something that has happened that distresses them sorely. Somebody has said something unkind about their hair, something unkind about their culture. And when they come and say these things to me and say that they want to walk away because they can't really take it anymore, I always tell them that they have to get back in the game. And that's what I think all of you must continue to do. Stay in the game. You've been surrounded by those who provide the criticism needed for your ongoing improvement. Continue to look for people like that who are honest and candid in their interactions with you. Those who are, provide a strong antidote to intellectual stasis and professional smugness. Seek out those who routinely provide tune-ups that help you stay aloft. You will all go far, I know that, but it is simply not possible for you to know where life will ultimately take you. Growing up in a small East Texas town with no resources at all, I grew up on a sharecropper's farm. My family was one of 12 children. I was the youngest. We were definitely on the margin of society. I certainly couldn't imagine going to college, let alone becoming a college president. The day that I was sworn in as president, I thought of my parents, who for most of their lives had no civil rights at all, and just an 8th grade education. I learned eventually that although highly educated, I could never be better than they were, because in spite of what they had endured, they had faithfully followed their beliefs. And principal among those beliefs was that a person's worth is neither determined by the recognition they receive from others, nor granted by the possessions they amass. They believed worth was determined by character and by how we treat and care for others. This has been a central dictum animating my own professional life. So you will go far in life, it is true, but never so far, I hope, that you lose sight of the intrinsic worth of every human being, whatever their state. Practice the human arts to assure a life lived at its most meaningful level. You're going to have a dazzling array of new technologies that promise to speed analytics, advances in therapies, and the eradication of disease. But in an age that trumpets such technologies, we must never forget that the best in us and the best of us can never be trumped by dazzling innovations. One cannot begin to understand the meaning and potential of human existence without embracing the interconnectedness of all creation. E.O. Wilson's short essay, The Meaning of Human Existence, is one of my favorites. It's quite powerful. In it, he declares that while human beings enjoy an enormous benefit from their evolution as a species, that benefit cannot continue unless humans incorporate the full breadth of knowledge and resources available to them and respect the interrelatedness of all aspects of life. As a myrmetologist, he comments that ants are better as eusocial beings because they work together in harmony to advance their species to a far greater extent than we as humans. So even as you deploy your knowledge and expertise, continue to develop that within you that links you to others in the great human experiment. Further, you're in a position to demonstrate the power and promise of the bonds we share with others. Using all of our resources and our rich diversity to create, problem solve, and restore ourselves is an opportunity we should not ignore or refuse. So I congratulate you on all that you have done. You're well prepared professionally, but continue to deepen your practice of the human arts, reaching out to difference, standing up for fairness, showing kindness and respect for the least of God's children. Make every effort to develop further your professional expertise, but fight equally hard to protect the humanity that is uniquely yours to share with the world. So again, congratulations and Godspeed. Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Simmons, for joining us and for sharing your inspiring remarks. At this time, I'd like to recognize our graduates who have completed educational certificate tracks. Please hold your applause until all the groups have been introduced. Graduates, please stand when I call your group and remain standing. First group, Diploma in Tropical Medicine, National School of Tropical Medicine. Those students receiving that, please stand. Care of the Underserved, Medical Ethics, Genetics and Genomics, Global Health, Healthcare Policy and Management, Medical Research, and Space Medicine. Please join me in congratulating these graduates. And now, Dr. Cuspa, Interim Dean.
Mr. Lummis, Dr. Klotman, Dr. Monroe, and Dr. O'Malley, I have the high honor and privilege of presenting to you at this time 70 candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. These candidates have satisfactorily completed all of the requirements for the PhD degree, including research and a dissertation describing new biomedical knowledge derived from their unique discoveries. On behalf of the faculty of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences, I am pleased to recommend that you confer upon each candidate the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and admit to them all of its rights, responsibilities, and privileges.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Baylor College of Medicine, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and admit you to all its rights, responsibilities, and privileges. We are about to confer degrees, and I just want to remind the family and friends, in medicine and in biomedical medicine, a lot of our ceremonies are very solemn and have a huge amount of decorum because they're very serious and have a huge amount of weight associated with them. This is not one of those times. And as Dr. Simmons pointed out, we'd be disappointed if you don't hoot and holler for the people who are getting your degrees. So let the fun begin.
Alessandra Acevedo Rodriguez. Callison Edward Alcott. David Allen Bader. Lynn Hope Bimler. Cameron August Brown. Stephen Gregory Call. Ivenice Carrero. Min Shane Chen. Sung Woo Choi. Derek Michael Chu. Justin Ryan Clark. Zachary Christopher Conley. Lexley Clement. Hong Dai. Kristen Nicole Fosick. Kenichiro Fujiwara. Michael Cartwright Gundry. Justin Time Ganesh. Catherine Marie Haynes. Ryan Christopher Haley. Ann M. Hawes. Tang Gui Su. Kelsey Elizabeth Jarrett. Valerie Kristen Jordan. Sanjeev Katawada. Jordan Coe. Amanda Michelle Corey. Andrew Laitman. Cameron Taylor Landers. Thomas Lee. Jonathan Thomas Lay. Laramie Denise Lemon. Phoebe Elnora Lewis. Karen Pig Harlim. Berkeley Christina Johnson Luck. Sanjana Mahapara. Kane Koo Mack. Dongtua Mao. Heidi Martina Stoka. Sarah Elizabeth Key McCordick. Jessica Ellen Messier. Justin Matthew Maurer. Aisha Sina Mutlu. Nina Ramesh Oak. Marisol Ann O'Neill. Laura Cristina Ortiz Velez. Cecilia Poli. Lee Yang Kin. Anubama Rajan. Amanda Rodriguez. Marissa Ann Scavuzzo. Danielle D. Seckforth. Mamina Shanturk. Alexandra McLean Stevens. Adrienne Elaine Stone. Sujita Sukamaran. Kylie Tung. Maria Alyssa Terron. Chang Ru Sai. Yen Kui Tu. Micah Esther van der Heiden. Najla Yusuf. Jing Zhang. Oriana Isakova Sayagova. Ying Zhou. Ying Zhu. Lin Zhu.
I'd like to invite Dr. Joe Cass, Associate Dean of Student Affairs, who will now administer the Physician's Pledge.
It is my great honor to invite the 2019 medical school graduates at Baylor College of Medicine to stand and recite the Physician's Pledge along with me. I also invite all other physicians in attendance to stand and recite the pledge as a symbol of their enduring commitment to the values that the Hippocratic Oath embodies. So recite along with me. As a physician, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Congratulations.
And now, Dr. Jennifer Christner, Dean of the School of Medicine, will present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine.
Mr. Lummis, Dr. Klopman, Dr. Monroe, and Dr. O'Malley, I have the high honor and privilege of presenting to you at this time the 156 candidates for the degree Doctor of Medicine. They have satisfactorily completed all the requirements for the degree. On behalf of the faculty of the School of Medicine, I am pleased to recommend that you confer upon each candidate the degree of Doctor of Medicine and admit them to all its rights, responsibilities, and privileges.
I guess it's possible I don't have to do this, but we will do it. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority vested in me in the Board of Trustees of Baylor College of Medicine, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Medicine and admit you to all its rights, responsibilities, and privileges. Congratulations, class of 2019.
Doha Kemo Abufutu with high honor. Nither Ray Adams. Muhammad Atur Zahir Afaq. Mariaga. Suchi Agrawal. Stephanie Louise Alexander. Syed Altamash Ali with highest honor. Stephanie Michelle Allen. Elizabeth Dawn Anderson. Hayden Scott Andrews with high honor. Azeen Anjum. Michael David Bass. Jenna Nicole Bates. Megan Michelle Blaney. Nelson Bolin. Natalie Ann Boone. Giovanni Antonio Campagna. Felicia Sal. Kobe Dane Kaplan. Jessica Cecilia Carrillo. Yansu Chang. Matthew Frederick Churches with highest honor. Kevin Chu. Kirsten Harris Christensen. Alexander Clifford Commanday with honor. Mary Margaret Cornegie. Andre Constantino Christinellis. Logan DeBoard with honor. George Hilton Denfield IV with honor. Felicia Kwong Che Ding. Carly Rachel Dunn with honor. Sydney Nicole Dunn Valdez. Ethan Alexander Edmondson. Ali Ehawagi with honor. Joshua Clifton Elridge. Daniel Elias Elizondo. Maria Catalina Lau Espinosa. Andres Fabian Espinoza. Harish Iswaran. Joan Catherine Fernandez with honor. Erin Emily Foster. Morgan Nicole Fredell. Christopher Scott Frey. Tyler Christian Frisky with honor. Justin Jang Young Fu. Adam David Garabeg. Eric Andres Gerta. Abigail Annette Gordon. Shreya Goyal. Chelsea Justine Godfrank. Tuan Wen Ha. Julie Anastasia Hall. Chelsea Henshaw. Rebecca Long Hetrick. Lucy Huo. Christopher Nguyen. Suzette Akagiani. Jake Shiraj Jacob. Anam Jaffer. Lakshay Jang. Christabel Olafoka Jaiolia. Albert Jang. Cyrus Jonathan Jesudasan. Jing Xiao Jin. Austin Jones with high honor. Jennifer Marie Kaplan. Rachel Ariel Kaplan. Colette Helene Kendrick with high honor. Jite Alexander Kim. Eric Yaoming Koch. Disha Kumar. Kristen Lee Laver. Lynn Lee. Non-10 Lee with high honor. Rafael Almeida Lima. Jessica Sin Lin. Timothy Allen Lin. Weijiyi Violet Lin. David Liu with high honor. Taylor Morgan Lucky. Salvador Roland Maffei. Kayla Boyd Magazine. Gina Mahatma. Kristen Rose Matthias. Kyrie Mazzolini with honor. Cynthia K. McLeod. Urvashi Midlander. Ahmed Ali Minhas. Jared Robert Mortis. Ellen Whitty Miller. Taylor Mihung Win with honor. Talia Jane Norley with highest honor. Randall Zachary Olmsted with honor. Carlos Brandon Ortiz. Joanna Palapati. Evelyn Tiffany Pan. Oro Mayunk Parit. Brian Sumon Park. Presley Sutherland Parks. Kristen Pasco. Ross Cameron Pepper. Luis Carlos Perez. Olivia Joy Pettis. Han Dong Nak Fun. Sabrina Popatia. Varun Patluri. Preeti Anitha Prakash. Pooja Saguti Reddy with highest honor. Natalie Florence Reynolds. Sina Rezahi. Madeline Page Ripstein. Catherine Marie Rodriguez with honor. Christina Maria Saez. Lorraine Zuleika Safair. Kelly Paige Schultz. Robert Lionel Salheimer. Jessel Rajesh Shaw with honor. Kevin Pankaj Shaw. Rohan Mahesh Shaw. Soham Shah. Muhammad Masab Shamin with honor. Charles Maxwell Shannon. Nancy Claire Shenoy. Mary Catherine Shoemaker. Mahir Amitabh Shukla. Thomas Chung Tong Shum. Rohini Rao Shagreddy. Kristen Elizabeth Simmons. Zachary Joseph Solomon with highest honor. Nathaniel Joseph Sprazia Lenner with high honor. Justin Javante William Spraglin. Matthew James Stanfield with high honor. Hannah Elizabeth Stark. Beverly Farmville Steele. Kelsey Ann Stewart. Zachary Thomas Stone. Joshua Ray Suelflo. Samir Thacker. Nicholas Darshan Tolet. Ryan Michael Trantham. Kate Jordan Travis. Daniel Solomon Vayner. Caroline Haley Walker. Michelle Elizabeth Walters. Daniel D. Wang. Nathan William White. David Chamberlain Wild Jr. Julie Hannah Wu. Ann Shu. Elton Kramer Yoder with honor. Tyler James Young. Winnie Yiyang Zhou.
Congratulations to all of our graduates. Remember, in everything that you do, you represent Baylor College of Medicine. Go out and continue to make us proud. I would ask you all to please stand for the benediction by Dr. Virgil Fry, Executive Director of Lifeline Chaplaincy, an organization that has been providing spiritual support to Texas Medical Center patients and their families since 1983.
Will you join me in prayer? Holy One, in gratitude we come together this celebratory evening. We join with these diligent graduates in their sense of completing the rigors and sacrifices of medical school training. We express thankfulness for those who help bring about each graduate's medical and research education. Parents and extended families, partners, mentors, encouraging friends, Baylor's faculty, staff, and donors. We are also mindful of the clinical patients who entrusted the care of their bodies and minds to these graduates. God, we are this night keenly aware of our humanity, the unending expansiveness of knowledge and skills and technology that continue to unfold before us at an amazing rate. Yet we also know the limitations of our mortal selves, that we are not infinite gods, but instead a part of a created order much grander than we can fathom. We know the brutal reality of living within bodies, limited in scope and years. This group of graduates has experienced patients who are reaping the harsh repercussions of harmful behaviors. In addition to the power of tiny microscopic organisms or genetically driven ailments that wreak havoc on bodies. Acknowledging these limitations, may we as a group continue to advocate for equanimity in providing medical resources and needed comfort measures to all. May each graduate in their vocation continually rely upon your way of love, respect, and humility in their quest to serve humanity. Finally, may each one sense purpose and meaning as they enter this new pivotal trajectory in their lives. In all the ways that you are known, we ask that you hear our prayer. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Fry. And my thanks to all of you for being with us tonight. At this time, I would like to ask our graduates to exit the auditorium to the lobby to meet with your family and friends. Will the audience please remain seated to allow the graduates to exit? Thank you.
Congrats to 2019.